This is from the Bleacher Report. Top scheme fits for quarterbacks who will potentially be in the 2025 offseason carousel. And they say Kirk Cousins of the Falcons with the Browns. 36-year-old should have a few solid seasons left in him, particularly now he's another year removed from a ruptured Achilles tendon. Two of Cousins' best seasons came in 2018 and 2019 under the direction of then offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski, who is now the head coach of the Browns. Let's welcome in Josh Kendall, Falcons beat reporter for The Athletic. Josh, you saw Kirk Cousins. Couple of questions. What did you think with him? And did you think he was completely healthy?
I wish was/is Kirk Cousins healthy was a simple question to answer. But I'm afraid you have to dig into the nuance. Yes, he's healthy. During training camp, we watched Kirk Cousins scramble, move out of the pocket. I can distinctly remember watching him sprint, by Kirk Cousins standard sprint after a guy who, intercepted a pass 75 yards, looked just fine. We also then saw what it looked like in game situations for the Falcons. I still continue to believe that his statuesqueness in games was more a result of sort of mental and not fatigue, but getting yourself mentally back into the game, which we see from guys with injuries, especially that position is especially a mental drain. I think he was rusty more than unhealthy. I also think the Falcons were clearly, as a coaching staff, hesitant to test it very much for fear perhaps that the worst might happen. I think Kirk Cousins' Achilles is healthy. That does not mean that at this point in his career he won't tire more quickly. His production won't fall off in the back half of the season like we saw last year. It doesn't mean it will. It's just sort of an unanswered question at this point.
When he looked right, did he look like the Kirk Cousins you expected when the Falcons signed him to a big free agent offer?
Yeah, he did. I mean, I think the thing about Kirk Cousins, and the reason I think that there's a market for Kirk Cousins, is you can see whatever you want to see in Kirk Cousins' 2024 experience. Through week 9, so right at the midpoint of the season, Kirk was top 10 in the league in quarterback efficiency, tied for 4th in passing touchdowns. The Falcons were 6-3, led the NFC South by 2 games, and everybody in Atlanta was crowing, literally saying, this is exactly who we thought we were going to get. You guys see who we thought we were going to get. He was and is beloved by his teammates. They were all saying, he makes this whole thing go. So if you're Kevin Stefanski and the Browns or anybody, and you want to believe in Kirk Cousins, you can look at that and believe. Then, starting week 10, Kirk hits a slide that nobody can still explain, really. 5 games in which he throws 9 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. The Falcons lose 4 of those 5, lose the division lead, never get it back. And everybody was wondering what in the world happened to Kirk Cousins. Like I said, Raheem Morris says, we don't really know. Kirk Cousins says, I can't really explain it. But it just got to the point the Falcons felt they had to make a change. Michael Penix played well enough that they've made clear they're not going back to Kirk Cousins, which lands us here.